of week 1, which is sleep fundamentals. So today I'm going to talk quickly about routines. So this is like the second building block of the kind of the sleep fundamentals. And for me, it's really important because it helps you to understand what might be happening kind of around your sleep situation to build on that. So yesterday we talked about the good environment for sleep. Today we're going to be talking about the kind of right routine for your child. Now these routines will change massively by age, so you need to be kind of very aware of kind of what your child's routine might need to look like. And if you haven't already, sign up to get my sleep needs download via the link in my bio over on sleeptimeconsulting.co.uk, and that'll give you kind of like this rough routine of kind of what's happening for your child's age. Because the main thing to consider about the kind of the routine is all about what's happening with their tiredness levels. Because an overtired child will find it very hard to settle down, and it will find it very hard to kind of perhaps stay in a good state of sleep. And that's just because of the way the cortisol level builds up in a child that's overtired. So when we talk about kind of overtiredness, what do we mean by that? That means that a child often is kind of has this fussy kind of behaviour, kind of erratic. In a younger baby, it can be kind of them just being a bit kind of upset with the world, a bit grumpy. In an older child, it can mean that they're kind of basically got this kind of second wind. They could be running around, causing havoc in a more of an irrational state. With my son, when he gets overtired and he's a bit older now, I always see him talking rubbish. I'm like, what are you talking about? And you can just tell that he's just got into this overtired state, and we've pushed the point at which he needs to go to sleep. So the routine of the day is really important to get that tiredness level right. An undertired child will basically resist going to sleep, but in a slightly more cheeky way. So, you kind of might find that from a baby's point of view, they might be kind of like all smiley and kind of not really like laughing at you when you're trying to put them down to sleep, which will be funny but frustrating at the same time. I mean, an older child, they'll just be like, supposed to be having a bit of a laugh, but and perhaps being a little bit cheeky, but not that kind of overtired cheekiness. And so there's a bit of a fine line. So often when we're trying to kind of ascertain what the best routine looks like for our child, you need to look at their behaviour. Sometimes like writing a diary can be helpful, just with the timings of everything, just to see what you can build for your child to be the right level for their age. But do remember that it changes. It kind of will change in the first year. The routine of the day will probably change massively as their awake time changes. You'll go from a child that's a newborn that will have about sort of 45 minutes worth of time awake to one that's kind of, getting on for probably 11, 12 months, who can stay awake for 3 to 4 hours, something along those lines. So you just sort of track that journey with them, and their sleep needs will change in the day as well. And all of those kind of routine parts will be there. So that's the sort of the sleep part of it. And then we get into this kind of the other part of the routine, which is the sort of the wind down towards bedtime. And so considering things along the lines of having a good bedtime routine, which you can start from an early age, start to think about lowering your light levels before bedtime to, kind of increase the amount of melatonin that's produced in the body, which is what helps us to feel sleepy. You can do that. And then having a kind of a wind down of a routine that's consistent. So it might look like, kind of having a kind of a bath, a bit of a feed, a bit of a massage, all those kind of things, maybe a story in an older child, and then heading towards bed and having it consistently there so that they can understand what's happening. And you can do an element of that for nap time as well to help them stay on track in terms of knowing that sleep is going to be coming, because then it becomes their consistent journey to sleep. So from a routine point of view, you're building that kind of association with how to kind of go to sleep. So those kind of couple of things are really important for me when I'm looking at kind of analysing sleep issues, to make sure that you're heading in the right direction for good sleep, whether that's for nap time and for bedtime as well. So that's part 2 of our sleep fundamentals. So we've talked about the environment that your sleep's going to be in. We've talked about the routine of the day and how to set them up for great sleep and considerations around that. And tomorrow we're going to talk a little bit about the kind of the fundamentals of sleep cycles and settling on that. So I hope that was helpful. Any questions, let me know. Obviously, always very happy to help. All right, take care. Bye-bye.